Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam amma ba'd. I thought it would be very beneficial to read from a treatise that is posted on Medina.com, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve them for their effort and reward them for translating a very beneficial treatise from our Sheikh Abdul Mustan al-Abbaad, Hafidhullah Ta'ala, who is an alim in Saudi Arabia. He's a great hadith scholar, known for his piety, known for his righteousness, and known for his knowledge. And the Sheikh wrote a treatise which is known. It's called the it's called Rifqan Ahl Sunnah bi Ahl Sunnah. O Ahl Sunnah, be gentle with Ahl Sunnah. So this is a treatise on how to treat one another as people from Ahl Sunnah. How Ahl Sunnah should deal with each other when we fall into errors and mistakes. So I'm just going to read from the treatise and leave it at that. And I advise myself and others to try to download this treatise and read it and benefit from it and try to practice it. So just reading some of the things that were mentioned, the Sheikh said that Ibn Qayyim said, "From the strange matters is that it is easy for a person to protect himself from eating unlawful food, oppression, adultery, stealing, drinking alcohol, and looking at that which is impermissible. And yet it is difficult for the same person to stop his tongue moving to the extent that you will see a person who is known for being religious and aesthetic and known for his worship, and yet despite this he will utter a statement which is detested by Allah, not paying any attention to it. Due to this statement, he then debases himself to a level similar to the distance between the East and the West. How many times have you seen a man who stays away from lewd actions and oppressions, yet his tongue defames the honor of those who are alive and also deceased? He does not show any concern with regards to what he says." This is from the book Al-Jawab al-Kafi. If speech occurs from a scholar from Ahl Sunnah that is general, and other speech that is more specific, we should maintain good thoughts about that scholar by giving him the benefit of the doubt and understand his general statements in light of his more specific statements. This is from Sheikh Abdul Muslim al-Abbaad's treatise, Hafidhullah Ta'ala. The evidence of this is the statement of Umar radiallahu anhu. "Do not think regarding a statement made by your believing brother except good, as long as you find for it a good interpretation." And this was narrated by Ibn Kathir in his tafsir of Surah Hujurat. Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah also said, "It is known that the specific speech of a person is used to explain his general speech, and his plain, explicit speech is given precedence to any metaphorical speech." And this was collected in the book. This is from Arad al-Subki. He also said, Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah also said, "To learn and apply the legal opinions of the fuqaha from their general statements without returning back to how they explain their statements, and without going back to their principles, results in false, misconstrued opinions." He also said, "It is an obligation to understand the speech of a person by using some of it to explain other parts of it. His speech is not taken from just one source, but rather taken from a number of sources. It is also important to consider what a person usually, according to his habit, means and intends when using a particular word. Both those who criticize others and those that are criticized, neither one is infallible nor safe from deficiencies and mistakes. It is appropriate to search for perfection. However, this does not mean that we do not benefit from somebody who has some imperfection, nor do we look to destroy that person. It is not correct to say either the person must be perfect or he is nothing, or either complete light or absolute darkness. Rather, we preserve the light that is dim and try to increase and improve it. If two or more lamps cannot be found, then one lamp is still better than total darkness. May Allah have mercy upon our Shaykh, Abdulaziz bin Baz, who dedicated all of his life to Islamic knowledge, learning it, acting upon it, teaching it, and propagating it. He was concerned with helping and encouraging the other scholars and students of knowledge to teach and propagate. I myself, this is Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Abbaad saying this, I myself heard that the Sheikh once advised another scholar to dedicate himself to propagating it. However, the scholar excused himself, which Sheikh bin Baz did not accept. So the Sheikh, may Allah have mercy upon him, said to him, partial blindness is better than total blindness, meaning that if all of something cannot be achieved, then one should not leave trying to obtain some of it. So if strong eyesight is not found, partial eyesight is still better than total blindness. Our Sheikh lost his eyesight when he was only 20 years old. However, Allah replaced this with insight, for which he became known from amongst all the people. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah said, if clear, pure light is not found, and nothing remains except light that contains some impurity, whereby if the people do not take from this unclear light, then they will be left in total darkness. It is not appropriate in this situation to neither blame the person nor forbid the people from light that contains some form of darkness, unless one cannot find light not containing any darkness at all. However, how many people do we find who have stayed away from the light that contains some form of darkness and ended up leaving alone the light in its entirety? Similar to the above is the saying of some people, truth is just one single entity and it cannot be divided. So either take all of it or leave off all of it. And this comes from the Majmu' Fatawa of Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah. So if somebody possesses some of the truth, he is to be advised to preserve that which he has, and at the same time strive in attaining that which he is deficient of. The praiseworthy and correct type of boycotting is the one that contains benefit, and it is not that which contains harm. Shaykh al-Islam said, if it was the case that every time two Muslims differed in a matter they boycott each other, there would not remain any preservation or brotherhood between the Muslims. This was also collected in Majmu' Fatawa. Then the Sheikh went on to say, he also said, Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, boycotting differs according to those who boycott. It depends on their strength and weakness, whether they are the minority or the majority. The objective behind boycotting is to rebuke the one who is being boycotted and to discipline him, as well as deterring the other common Muslims from falling into the same mistakes. If the advantage and benefit of boycotting therefore outweighs the harm that will result from it, whereby the evil will be decreased, weakened, and concealed, then in this situation boycotting is legislated, meaning it's permissible. Boycotting others is not carried out. However, the one being boycotted, or other than him, will not be deterred from this action. Rather, the evil will only increase, or the one boycotting is in a position of weakness, and therefore the harms of boycotting will be more than any benefit. If this is known, then Islamic boycotting is an action of obedience ordered by Allah and His Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and any action of obedience must be done sincerely for the sake of Allah and also conform to His order. If boycotting is done sincerely for the sake of Allah, then it is correct. Whoever boycotts another person due to his personal desire, or the boycott is not in conformity to that which has been legislated, then this type of boycotting is not correct. How often do people do something due to their own personal desires, thinking at the same time that it is being done out of obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And the treatise continues with many, many benefits. And I just wanted to read and hopefully stir some interest and encourage people to download this very beneficial treatise that you can get from the website medeenah.com, MADEENAH .com, and it is under the title of uh, once again, O Ahl Sunnah, be gentle with Ahl Sunnah. That is the title of the article, and it is it's a book, a small treatise that was translated by Sheikh Abdul Muhsin al-Abbaad, al-Badr, Hafidhullah Ta'ala, one of the great scholars of hadith in this time and age, who teaches in the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's masjid, and he also does lectures in the uh, Islamic University in Medina, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's city of Medina. And I ask Allah the Almighty to give us all uh, basira, give us insight, and give us wisdom, and give us ilm nafi and rizq tayyiban wa amalan mutaqabbalan, and for us all to gain benefit from this treatise and continue to gain benefit from the Sheikh's knowledge, especially those people who have the ability, who know the Arabic language, who can benefit from his lectures and tapes, because this is a rare opportunity while he's still living to benefit from such a great scholar and the many other great scholars that exist at this time. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله